Delonte West, man. I think at this point, Delonte West is beyond repair. And I don't want anyone to be upset by me saying that, okay? I have some evidence, okay? But I honestly think at this point in 2023, how could anyone feel bad for Delonte West anymore, man?
In recording people when they're at their lowest, but Delonte West is at my 7-Eleven. I do not believe in recording people when they're at their lowest, but Delonte West is at my 7-Eleven.
I don't believe in recording people when they're at their lowest, but let me record them anyway, man. That's the logic, okay? The logic wasn't giving what it was supposed to give, but somehow if that made sense to her. If anything, she could actually get into some type of legal trouble for that. You already know, I'm pretty sure Delonte West didn't give her consent to upload that video. But besides all of that, you see that video, right? And I know most people want to be empathetic to it. And if I saw this video maybe 5 years ago, I would have been empathetic too. Like, damn, this multi-millionaire, former NBA player. He was in the Big Three, the Ice Cube League for, once upon a time. All of that, all of those accolades or whatever the case is, just the fact that he was a professional basketball player. Well, from riches to rags, damn near. Not even rags to riches. It's from riches to rags. And it's so unfortunate to see. I was watching that video and I'm like, yo, if that was me walking, I'm definitely not recording that shit. I probably wouldn't even have recognized that was Delonte West, bro. You see someone like that outside of 7-Eleven, they're usually smoking cigarettes. They might be playing dice or something like that. They're trying to holler at every girl that walks by. It's so unfortunate. I would have never thought that was Delonte West, bro. And if I'm walking by a 7-Eleven or a bodega or a deli, corner store, however it's called, wherever you live, and I see somebody like that outside dressed like that, I don't make eye contact with them. I know that could be mean to some people, but it's best not to make eye contact with them. So I would have walked by and not even noticed who that was. But then I'd have been like, wait, if I did notice, I'd have been like, wait, that's Delonte West right there? Like, I'm not gonna make it that big of a scene, but I'm like, wait, that's Delonte West right there? A few years ago, and I had to look this up, a few years ago, when, all of these, the information was coming out, the news was coming out that Delonte West, former NBA player, was living like that. Mark Cuban, multi-billionaire, Mark Cuban, offered to help him, to pay for some of his rehab and all of that stuff to get him back on his feet. What happened with that? He had family members as well who was willing to help him. What happened with that? And I know this is a sensitive subject because I know some people probably have family members in this same type of position. Not the fortunate part, being the former NBA player, but the position of where Delonte West is at right now. I know it's a touchy subject, sensitive subject. I understand that. And trust me, I wouldn't have the same sentiment if this was like 5-6 years ago. But I have this sentiment now because Mark Cuban offered to help him. He had family members offering to help him. At a certain point in time, you kind of got to step back. You kind of got to take a step back. It's unfortunate because you care about this person. Mark Cuban obviously, stretched out a helping hand. Mark Cuban, of all people, not everybody's going to get a multi-billionaire's help or even offer to help. Like, as I've gotten older and seen certain people in certain situations, I just had to come to realize that at a certain point in time, you can't care about that person's health and well-being more than they care about that shit themselves. You can't. It's never gonna work. It's always gonna fall flat. It's always gonna be situations like Delonte West in the media. It's always gonna be situations like Delonte West in your day-to-day life. And you could imagine, and this is why I start to think a little bit differently about these situations. You could imagine a lot of those people, like Delonte West out on the street that you see, probably had someone who was willing to help them. Probably had someone who stretched out a helping hand for them, just fell flat. And then at that point, you're obviously caring about their health and well-being more than they care about that shit themselves. Now, here's my thing. I most definitely don't agree with her recording that video and uploading it. But either way, we all came to the realization that this is Delonte West now. This is who he is now. It's not this NBA player anymore. This is the Delonte West that we know now. This is incomprehensible, man. This don't make, like, think about this for a second. Ladies and gentlemen, think about this for a second. You in a position like this, someone, a multi-millionaire. I mean, after the rehab and the help, you probably have to start working for him or something. You got to pay that back somehow. But I would rather be in that type of position than be out on the street doing the two-step, in front of a damn 7-Eleven. I mean, come on. If I had to think about this, I'll put myself in his shoes. I'll be empathetic in this way. If I was in that position and Mark Cuban, of all people, offered to help me, what do you need? Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate the help. After I'm done and I'm clean and I'm good, I gotta work for him, fine. At least if I'm gonna be getting paid, that's fine. This is inexcusable now. It's inexcusable behavior. I know it's a sensitive subject. I'm sorry to have to be talking like this. But like I said, if this was a few years ago, I wouldn't have the same sentiment. I'd be like, damn, can somebody help him? Damn. But then I looked at these articles and I saw that there's people who actually genuinely wanted to help him, and it just fell flat. At this point, unfortunately, it looks like he's beyond repair. Let me know what y'all think, though. I'm not gonna front. I definitely wouldn't have recorded it. If I saw Delonte out on the street, I definitely wouldn't have recorded that. But I mean, this is the Delonte West that we know now. This is his reality, unfortunately, man. Let me know what y'all think about this, though, man. If you made it to the end, I really appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you. More videos coming soon, man.